Let's get it. Week 14 NFL. So let me go ahead. Buffalo and Tampa Bay. Should have been the Super Bowl preview. I hope my Bills would have been there, but they barely hanging on to the playoffs right now. Had to go through Belichick, and that was embarrassing. And you got to play against Brady. The first half, the Bills stunk. Second half, they played like they belong on the same field. But I'm gonna tell you something. You're doing the same thing, not stopping the run, half harding it, and playing hero ball with Josh Allen running, flying in the air, and not finishing the game. Yeah, the refs ain't gonna give you no love, and they are always against us. But we're not playing like a team that's supposed to be where they're supposed to be. When you underachieve, you get out coached, you get out man. You got no one to blame but yourself, and that's the sad thing. The Bills season looks like it's a waste. They play probably their best game on offense all year, but you can't play like crap in one half and then come down to the refs. You got to play a whole game. It's not good. Not good. Brady's going to be the MVP, by the way. Tampa Bay's defense is pretty soft, but we just didn't do what we supposed to do. And you got to run the ball. You can't have Josh Allen doing all the running. That's not good. Elsewhere, New Orleans was over the Jets. Yeah, the Jets are just they're preparing for that top three pick again. And I don't know what happened to New Orleans this season. I know Alvin Kamara just came back, but pitiful. Atlanta over Carolina. The Cam Newton return home. It's just it didn't quite turn out the way it's supposed to. And they're just not a good team. That's the bottom line. Atlanta stinks, but Carolina just is not a good team. Seattle over Houston in a meaningless game. Russell Wilson is auditioning for a new home. Deshaun Watson been sitting at home, but both they deserve better situations, and it's not good with that. Um, Tonight's game was the Rams over Arizona. If Matthew Stafford plays like he's got that weaponry that he's got, he can do this. The Rams should be the most potent offense in the NFL. All due respects to Tampa Bay and Brady and all that. That is and Mahomes and KC. That is a dangerous offense. They just don't play consistent. But you saw tonight what they can do. Minnesota over Pittsburgh. Uh, Minnesota has underachieved. Pittsburgh's on its last legs with Ben Roethlisberger. I respect Mike Tomlin. That game could have gone in overtime between that receiver. Just, I don't know. Some of these teams play half-hearted football and it shows, and this a lot of mediocrity. Cleveland over Baltimore. Cleveland is not as good as they are. They're struggling, and I think they're gonna have a real big question mark at quarterback. Lamar Jackson got hurt for Baltimore. Todd Huntley brought him back. I am not sold on Cleveland. San Francisco won in overtime over Cincinnati. It looked like they had the game. Joe Burrows, who I still think in a year or two, I think cats like him and Hubert from the Chargers, those are the cats that could be a real problem in the AFC, if not the whole NFL. Those guys, they just need some seasoning and the right pieces. Garofalo did enough, but Frisco has Kittle's got off, but Frisco got to do better. They got to do better. They could be better. They could be a dangerous team to get in the postseason. Them in the NFC, like I said, the Colts and the AFC, watch out. Green Bay over Chicago. If the Bears had a legit head coach, they might do something. Matt Nagy just is wasting Justin Fields. Packers got off, but they didn't, that game was a lot closer once upon a time. Chargers over the Giants. Hubert went off. Giants just playing through the motions. Chargers could be a dangerous team. They're fun. Denver over Detroit. Pretty much everybody beats Detroit. Denver's an interesting team. I can't quite make out if they're legit average or playing beyond their means. But give me a decent quarterback there. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but give me something to work with on offense. We find out. Tennessee over Jacksonville. Aside from the Bills, just about everybody beats Jacksonville, and Tennessee shut their butt out. Dallas over Washington. That's Dallas's defense. Dak Prescott been stinking it up. Ezekiel Elliott looked like Bubba from Sanford and Son. The quarterback for Washington, I can't even Heineke. He was drinking a couple. Washington had a decent quarterback and some heart on defense. Maybe a different story. But Dak Prescott, come on. If he ain't stat padding, he's a good quarterback who'll never be great. He can prove me wrong, but I haven't seen anything out of him in quite a few weeks. And the last game was Kansas City over the Raiders. Why did the Raiders even bother to show up? They got their behind waxed and taxed. They got the door knobs beat off of them. If Mahomes and them starting to peak right now, they're going to run through the AFC. I'm just telling you. That's my Week 14 takes. Give me your thoughts and takes. Let me know how your team did, what you agree with, what you don't. Please like to subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And it has been a real interesting NFL season, to say the least. I'm out.